Hey everybody, it's Jim here. Earlier in this week, I made a community post where you guys could post questions that I would answer in video format, so that is exactly what we are going to be doing today, and we're going to be jumping right into this. We're going to start with SG. He had 3 questions for me, the first of which, have I ever tried Ivy guitars? Now, when I first moved here, and I saw the success of some of the Harley Bentons, I thought to myself, I'll try a few of these Amazon brands. The first one I tried was Grote. And I mention this because I was narrowing it down between an Ivy, it was a green Les Paul instrument, and the Grote, which was the Purple Flame Telecaster. That review went so bad, and that was the worst guitar to this day that I've ever played new, that it kind of turned me off for a long time from demoing any of those guitars. I know they're not made by the same brand, but it was like, maybe we'll stay away from it. But I don't know, maybe we'll do that one in the future. I had really good success with and that's an awesome company. So I don't know, we'll have to see what the future holds. Second part of that question was, do I see any value in having a 3 humbucker guitar? I'm gonna have a hot take. I'm gonna answer this really bluntly. No, I do not. I'm sure somebody does, but in general here, the only guitar that I like with 3 pickups, period, is the Fender Stratocaster. And wrapping things up with SG here, he asked me if I ever tried headless guitars. No, I have not tried headless guitars. I have nothing against them. They look wrong. They look wrong. Kind of going back to what we were just talking about with the pickups, that are just not for me. I highly doubt that I'll have one of those at any point. Next, we got BMAC, who asked me if I've ever tried any of the Japanese FGN guitars. Those are just Fujigen house brand guitars, and I've played a lot from that factory, so I know that they're really good. As far as that brand itself, I think I've played 2 in passing, but never in the long kind of format that I do on this channel, and not since I've started this channel. But it's something that I'm really looking forward to. There's a thin line that they make that I'm waiting for to pop up used, and sooner than later, it'll make its way here. Next up is Alan. He was curious why some guitars, even in the higher end models, come with ceramic pickups, and why on earth did they do that? I had a guitar that was a Gibson, a 1991 Les Paul Studio Light that had ceramic pickups on it. I think the train of thought here is they do extremely well with heavy distortion. For somebody like me, I don't see the appeal, and I could see why you, based on what we've talked about in the past and kind of our interactions, you might not vibe with that either. But I think part of it is to kind of offset the real muddiness once you're really pushing and cranking the modern kind of gain sounds that a lot of people are going for. So to me it makes sense, but personally I'm with you. I'm not really the biggest fan of it, but I understand it. Hugh asked me if I've ever tried the vintage brand of guitars that come with the Trevor Wilkinson equipped hardware and electronics. By now, if you've been following along, we got one in the closet. It's brand new. That's going to be released as a full kind of unboxing and demo thing early next week or maybe the week after, depending on scheduling. Augie asked me to post a screenshot to see who is in my DMs. That is really weird. That's all I have to say about that. That's really weird. I don't know why you would want to see that. Why would you want to see that? I will tell you one person that you would see if you show my DMs. That's the only person that you would recognize. That's Corey Wong. And that wasn't because I was talking to Corey Wong. He just so happened to click the like button on a post that I made that I tagged him in because I guess I was demoing the Optimist. That's the only thing of note. The rest are just my friends. Andrew asks, why do Fenders still use the screw-in tremolo arm on their bridges? And if anybody actually prefers it to a modern one? I don't prefer it. Now, I love my Fender JV, and it's a classic guitar. But when I play that tremolo and then I go and play like a Paul Reed Smith tremolo system that's a little bit more updated, or even something like a Goto / Wilkinson style, I definitely prefer that. I don't know, it's just something that Fender won't change it because of tradition. They'll offer it on really modern models, but if they were to do that on a vintage reissue or something higher end like that, the pitchforks would be out and the purists would not be pleased. It's as easy as that. Now, the next post wasn't a question, it was more of a comment. I said no politics, and Bob, one of my favorite people, he found humor in that. I think he would have asked me something really hard hitting, and right now, especially, I know I'm making light of this, but there is some serious shit going on, and I think that what I do as kind of an entertainer at this point, inadvertently by doing this YouTube thing, I've kind of become one. I don't want to bring that stuff up. There's plenty of places where you can go and hear all sorts of takes from all sorts of people with all wide varying kinds of, preferences and opinions. I'm just going to stay clear of that. We got one more question left, and I saved it for the end here because I wasn't sure how long of an answer I'm going to give to this, because this is something that I believe deserves its own video. The Value of Nothing asked me about the ethics of buying Chinese-made guitars. Well, this is a nuanced topic for a multitude of reasons. Not everything is so black and white, right? Say you're just an average guy like me, like you. You happen to be born in China, and you have a set of skills that allows you to work in a factory, earn a wage to provide for your family. You have nothing to do with any of the other, stuff that's going on or beliefs or whatever, right? You're just allowed to provide for your family, and you're able to build a pretty decent product. And, who am I to say, no, I'm not going to support you? And then on the other side of this token is this. If you're one of those people that says, I'm never going to support these companies that are made in China, I'm never going to do it, I'm going to buy from Japan, Indonesia, America, it doesn't matter where it is. Say you buy an American Fender. You've just indirectly helped a Chinese factory because Fender have Chinese factories. The same thing goes for Gibson, and yes, even Paul Reed Smith. I believe it's the SE hollow bodies. Those are Chinese made. So just know that just because you're buying something that's American made, the parent company is still going to be distributing some of those funds into other endeavors that are under that brand, which some of them happen to be based in China. So keep that in mind. I will do a long form on this one because I think that there's a bigger discussion to be had, and I just wanted to give kind of a quick summary of how I feel about this. But to me, it doesn't matter where a guitar is made. It's all about how well the guitar is made and if the price is right. That's it. That's how I look at things. That's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for all your questions. I kind of want to make this a monthly thing. I have so much fun doing these kinds of things with you guys on a live stream. I thought it would be a nice addition to the channel once a month to kind of do this in regular video format. So leave a like if you enjoy the content on this channel. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow. You might be seeing the Jaguar that's in the box behind me then too. We'll have to see. Play it by ear. It's all about timing. Otherwise, have a great rest of your Saturday. I'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy.